Hi guys, welcome to the channel. I hope everyone's staying safe, and I hope you've all been able to get out and about a bit more now and get a bit more freedom, because it's not been easy. But onwards and upwards, guys. Plenty of fish shops to visit to get yourselves over that. So I've just been sat in my fish room, and I'm just sort of like finished my water changes. I'm home alone this evening, so I thought I'd do a video. And I'm going to do a video on probably the most on my Instagram account, the question I get asked the most, and that question is, how do I keep my American cichlids so calm? The actual answer to that is I don't. Well, I do and I don't, so it's not as rosy as it looks on Instagram. So, you know, I'll put the pictures up, I'll filter the pictures, I will do the videos, and I'm going to put the good stuff on Instagram because that's what people want to see. But in reality, it's not like that, and sometimes it can be very stressful. And the main reason for this video is because the last couple of weeks have been pretty stressful, to be honest with you. I obviously, if you're not new to my channel, you've been watching some of my videos, you'll remember a video a couple of weeks ago where, probably about 2 to 3 weeks ago, where I sold the female jag cichlid and I moved the jaguar cichlid into the big tank and the red sin into the other tank. And I think since then it's been a bit of unrest, and I have had to put up with a bit of fighting. Now, you know what, I'll get haters who tell me I shouldn't keep them together, and that's fine. I'm not really interested in what those people think. You know, if the obvious that know what they're talking about want to reach out to me, then I'm up for that. But if people are just going to show hate, I'm not interested. But with when you're keeping American cichlids together, you've got to have measures in place. You've got to have lots of measures in place, like spare tanks, dividers, plenty of hides, but you've got to be willing to take those hides out. So, you know, because believe it or not, I have times when they're getting too territorial over a cave or a rock or some wood or whatever, and then when I take it out, it decreases the aggression, but after a while they might start getting aggressive again, so I put the hides back in. So you'll notice that my tanks change a lot from a decor point of view, because you got to keep them guessing. I don't have deaths. I think, you know, I did lose a jag cichlid last year, and that was killed by an Oscar, believe it or not. So, you know, the fish that I would have thought wouldn't have caused any trouble was the one that killed it. So I don't get deaths because I keep an eye on it. I absolutely watch my tanks. I spend a lot of time in my fish room, and I make sure that I'm looking out for it. So like I said to you, you know, it's the biggest question I get asked on my Instagram account, and probably on Facebook as well. So I just thought I'd come and share a little bit of that with you, because it ain't all rosy, and sometimes it's really stressful. And I would probably say 3 times a week I think to myself, that's it, I'm going down to 1 fish per tank and I can't have any trouble. So that's the levels of stress it gets me to. So yeah, it isn't easy. You know, my fish are all in fantastic condition, so, you know, they're not hurting each other, but sometimes it can get pretty bad. And like I said to you, the last week or so has not been great. So what I want to do is I'm just going to show you what I've had to do in both the tanks that are behind me. I'm just going to show you them because I want to show you what I don't just want to drone on at you. I want to show you what I've had to do. So I'm just going to pan you around, guys. Okay, so you've seen this tank before, and the last time you saw this tank, it was pretty much bare, a couple of ornaments in it, that kind of thing. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to move the chair. So I'm going to pan back. That's what it looks like now. So what happened was, I'd say about a week ago, maybe a bit longer. I'm rubbish with my time, guys. I can't think straight. You remember I had a female barred cichlid, a barred Midas cichlid in and she was getting frisky with the jaguar cichlid, and she just snapped in the space of one day. She went mad and she tried killing my carpenters, my jag cichlid. When I say tried killing, I'm probably overreacting, but she went mad. So I had to take her out, so I took her out and I thought, right, I'll put her in Boris's tank. So just before I show you Boris's tank, guys, I've had to fill this tank with wood. So I've got loads of wood in there. If you look, you know, there's wood, there's a pot, there's rocks, there's a tube, there's another piece of wood being, I've got a rock on that because it's floating. More wood, more pot, stones, little gaps, swim blind areas, because for some reason, and again, this is what happens when you take certain fish out and you upset the apple cart. This carpenter's, which I did my last video on, by the way, this carpenter's, right, he's been in there since just probably, I'd say January. I think I said I got him. It's around that time. Never harmed a flea, and I was saying that in a video. He's gone mad. He's not gone mad, so he's not harming anything, but he is chasing the SRT about everywhere. So the SRT is currently under there. So what the SRT's done, it's learned to get away from him. So the carpenters will show him aggression, and that will go and bob and weave through the wood and hide. And there's the jag, the one that you would think would be the killer, but not interested in anything, never is. Female flower on, not interested. But yeah, and you know what, that could change, guys. So again, you know, spare tanks, which I've got spare tanks that are not set up. I've got spare media in case I need it. I'm set to be able to just throw a tank together and shove these fish in if that's what I have to do. But you know, again, gotta just keep them guessing. And like I said, I don't get deaf, so I'm not. So you know what, fish, they can be annoying with each other, but they don't hurt each other. If you look at the fins, nothing's damaged or anything like that. So anyway, going back to the barred Midas, basically I put her in with Boris, and I'll just pan you around to Boris's tank now. So I put her in with Boris. As you can see, there's a divider in there. So I put the divider up first day, and I bodged it really because I didn't have those suction caps, and she broke the divider down and got into Boris's side, and he gave her a kicking. So this is probably the worst I've had. So if you look at her, some of her fins are torn. She's got a couple of marks where he'd give her a kicking, but I'm working from home at the moment, so I was here and I put her back on her side, and I went and bought the suction pads, and I sucked the divider in. Now this divider is a bit short at the top, but it's only about an inch short, if you see it, if you can see. So I goes out today to get some wood for the big tank, and I come back and she must have jumped over it. I cannot understand how she's got over it, but she wants to be with him. Now what I have noticed is, that was this morning, he's not hurt her once, so I'm just leaving it as it is, just for now, keeping an eye on him. If he gets any more aggressive than he is now, then I will move her back onto the other side, and again, keeping me on my toes all the time. So you know, when you think about the video, it's probably 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks ago, of moving the jag on, I have had to move fish around quite a few times, and it's stressful. So you know what, guys, it's not as perfect as it looks on Instagram. It's not. I wish it was, and you know, I do have to get rid of fish if it just doesn't work. Like, you know, the barred Midas there, love that fish, and I went through what I went through to get her, because she was shipped, and obviously there's another video again about that. I don't want to get rid of her. I just don't want to get rid of her, but it might come to it, because if Boris keeps hurting her and he doesn't want to accept her, then she has to go for her sake. So yeah, so that's where I'm at, guys. Just let me pop you back on here, guys. So sorry, I'm just gonna pop you back on there. You can still see the tank. messing about. There's no editing on this channel, guys. There's no editing on here. So there you have it, guys. That's my #1 question on Instagram. I get asked, and probably Facebook. And the answer to it is, I try my best, but I don't really make it look as perfect as it is on Instagram. But what I do is I keep on top of it, and I try to keep on top of them. The main thing is, guys, there's never any injuries and very few deaths. Like I say, the Jag's the only one I can actually think of and remember, because I put an Oscar in there. I wasn't watching it because I thought the Oscar would be okay. Anyway, guys, that's it. That's enough for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video, guys.